Welcome to Soulful. Whether you're navigating challenges or celebrating victories,
We're here to remind you that every step on your path is meaningful. I'm Tiff.
and I'm Jess.
So let's clear our mind as we fill our soul.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Soulful. I'm Jess, but something different. I am not here with Tiff right now. We had some internet issues. The good old Wi-Fi didn't quite cooperate with us when we recorded this episode, so we actually don't have our intro, and we had to pause the recording, and so we lost that first part of the intro. And then the internet kind of lagged a few times. So throughout this video, if you're watching or if you're just listening in, you might hear some. We typically don't edit our episodes, but you'll hear a couple of times where we have had to do that because of the lag. So yeah, I do hope everyone is having a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're listening. And this episode really was so fun to record. We asked a bunch of you some questions um, to just get to know us a little bit better. And yeah, as you'll hear, we just had a lot of fun with it. So lots of laughter and yeah, just a shout out to those who sent in some questions and just really made this a really fun recording for us. So yeah, and I even got to learn a thing or two as well of new things about Tiff that I hadn't known before. So yeah, so sorry for the little bit of a technical hiccup. It's our first time navigating through the technical problems, so pretty proud that we were able to just pivot and do it this way and still get you an episode, all of the content, asking some questions and giving answers, and just missed it on that intro part. So yeah, anyways, it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day, and I wish you that. And on with the show. Okay, this will be a good one for us to start with. Um, what has been the most surprising thing about hosting a podcast?
Yeah, that question. So I did know this was going to happen, but I didn't really know this was going to happen. And that is how uncomfortable I have felt in many different ways over the
Mhm.
past 9 months, I'll say.
Yeah.
Whether it be a topic that stirred something in me and being in that vulnerability and also trying to share and be present, whether the fear of being seen on a public platform, saying things that I later then, my most recent one's kind of funny, saying things that I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know if I believe that to be true in full form. Like, why did I say that? And like trying to hold all of that with as much grace as possible, honoring my humanness. But I would say that it's not the editing, it's not the actual recording, getting the structure, all of that was work,
Mhm.
but the level of discomfort has been, so I'm in the growth seat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I think that is so true. Like, I mean, yeah, it's just it feels uncomfortable sometimes. But I think for me, like I'm gonna go to like the technology piece for myself.
Mm,
Like it has been like such a steep learning curve of like editing videos, like using the audio. Like it's funny, like, do you remember like Pixo? Do you remember like having
yes.
Pixo, MySpace,
Yeah.
like all those things? Like I used to be able to do like HTML codes. Like I was like making whole web pages out here, right on Pixo, uploading pictures and videos and all this stuff, making it sparkle and whatever. It has been, yeah, it's been a lot of work, right? Like in the tech part of like
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, I just have a lot of admiration for people who like do this for like a living and like doing it like really like um at a much larger scale, I guess I'll say, like than what we do. So yeah, that has been very, I mean, I expected it, but it's just surprising how much more than it really goes into it, right? Like
Right.
yeah, yeah. So
You knew it, but you didn't really know it.
exactly. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably a lot of work, but like, yeah, it's like a lot of work.
Yeah. It sure
Um,
is.
but most of it is like fun work now, like the planning parts, especially like once we like I get into like this habit of like, okay, now I know what to do, how to record, how to like
Hmm.
edit all of that. I enjoy getting to do like the planning bits and like, yeah, the other things. So, anyways.
Yeah. And the
Um,
talking.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of that's the easy part, really. Okay, what about okay, we'll stay on the same kind of theme. So like what has been would you say well, yeah, what has been the most challenging and rewarding part was the question that we were asked. I know we just kind of talked about a little bit about like a challenging part, but if you have anything to add there and then just not the most rewarding part, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it ties directly into what I shared, but I would say the challenging part, the most challenging part, and the whole reason why I wanted to step into podcasting in the first place is the fear of being seen, and the fear of being like then judged and rejected in that being seen. But I also knew I wanted that because I have future goals that I'm also looking to work towards, and this was a very good stepping stone towards allowing my nervous system to find safety in this space. And so, yeah, I would say it's a challenge, but it was a growth edge. But the most rewarding is all the connection with people, like 100%. Like if that easy to answer, chatting with people about like what struck them or what didn't. I also love hearing like, oh, I didn't really agree with that. I'm like, okay, tell me what was true for you. Like I love to hear that too. Because again, it just creates more intimate, deep conversations and where we can both just like respect each other's journey. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Like the like I know I mentioned in the beginning about the connection, right? Like in whatever form it comes, like that has been like
Yeah,
really like that's just been the highlight. And again, like I was hoping for that. So it's just really cool to like see it like come, to fruition and like yeah, establish some of those connections.
for sure.
Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, someone wants to know how do you come up with episode ideas?
Oh, I love this question.
Hmm.
Thank you to whoever sent it in.
Yeah.
So for me, I usually it's like kind of like an intuitive process for me, but also it often mirrors the work I'm doing in my own world. So if you're seeing me talk about something, it is usually something I am working on or have been working on in recent. Might not be always right at the forefront, but and it's a great way for me to deepen into my own inner work around said topic. So and yeah, and I really let my like intuition guide how I want to build it out for us and like lean into like what do I feel like needs to be said or what where do we want to take this with allowing organic conversation to flow, of course. But yeah, I think it very much just mirrors my inner work for most of it. And what about you, Jess? I feel like we're kind of similar, but
Yeah, for sure. I think I would add for me too, like sometimes when like I'm talking with a lot of people and I feel like there's like a recurring theme come up
yeah,
where like I'm like hearing lots of people say something about attachment, or I'm hearing lots of people talk about connection, or like whatever that looks like. I think sometimes like the topics come from that as well, probably because it's like
yeah,
forefront, right, if we're like hearing it lots. So
yeah,
but also echo like kind of reflecting or mirroring some of the stuff like that I also want to like process or like reflect on or like talk it
yeah.
out loud, right? Yeah. and it's fun. Like I love I love thinking of like new episode ideas and stuff. Like I think that that's really yeah, that's like one of my favorite parts actually is being at the helm, right? Like where you can like, oh, I actually really wanted like I need help with this or support with this or I want to talk about this and then just be like
Yeah.
it's going to be the episode, right? And just being able to do that, I think is really awesome.
Yeah, and I love what you said about, yeah, the four, like with other people having that conversations. Yes, to that too. Like if you're hearing it a lot around, being at the helm, you said, oh, squirrel thought just ran right away.
Maybe it's with your groundhog munching on some
Possibly
carrots and snack.
having a snack, bathing in the sun. Um, yeah, just to be able to create, yeah, and I think, well, like I'll speak for myself, but like the depth of conversation that we can have and like go to, yeah, that is exciting because yeah, especially if we want to process something or think it out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's been really cool. Okay, let's see. Let's go down here. What are some well, it says tools, books, or like any kind of resources that was or has been helpful, still is helpful for you as you kind of like navigate like growth and healing and just through your journey? Like what are some of the things that has been helpful?
I mean, I could take up a whole hour telling all the things that I've fell in love with over the past 15 years. But top of mind, I mean, I talk about her all the time. Brene Brown, she's my girl. I find her writing and her work really resonates for the type of individual I am and like, you know, what I want to do in the world. I also love this tool called binaural beats. So it's like it's supposed to mimic brain waves, like to bring your brain into different states. So I'm not going to get all into it, but I find them incredibly helpful for grounding, incredibly helpful for meditative spaces. Really to bring me from like when I'm kind of vibing, kind of high or like anxious. It really helps ground me. Also really great for sleep. So if I've been having troubles with sleep, which at parts of my journey I definitely was. Um, and then otherwise, I would just say, like, I mean, I could list a whole bunch of things, like I said, but I think nature and spirituality have been some of the biggest components. Because I think when I was going through some of the hardest times of my life, my hands were in the dirt, like literally. And when I introduce myself to people, I'm like, yeah, there's a woman, I go to a kickboxing class, and that's how she knows me, Tiffany, hands in the dirt girl. And I do just love that because the earth like takes my stress. Maybe that sounds really woo woo, whatever, but like it does. It takes my stress and like I can decompress. My nervous system finds calm and I can process kind of what I'm going through. And so, like, when we're in winter season here in Canada, I do find that hard. So I do have different tools for that. But yeah, I mean, I also really love Dr. Kristen Neff, but and Dr. Gabor Mate and a bunch of others, but I'm going to stop there. I'll
Yeah,
stop there.
it's a hard question because I think, like, especially when you look for something, this is what I found to be true for me. When I started looking for things that was like helpful or like things that I could utilize, in growth, in healing on this journey, I found so much. Like,
Yeah.
but there was a time when I was like, wow, does like anybody ever talk about this? Like, is there anything out there that will help me? But yeah, when I started like looking for, I just, yeah, and there's so many people who have really just like I feel paved the way, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of different in a lot of different ways. And so I think for me, like the four agreements, I know I talk about that lots here, and that's because I've literally probably read that book about 300 times, like not even an exaggeration. And every single time there I take something different from it.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so that has been a really helpful yeah, it's been a really helpful book for me. And the other thing that I think just came to my mind as you were talking kind of about tools, someone really important to me shared, it's kind of like based on a medicine wheel teaching. And it's kind of like, yeah, like a check-in, right? Like every morning, like to kind of really set my day up with that of like, how am I doing mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually?
Yeah.
And then just paying attention, right? It's just like setting that attention of like, oh, maybe over here like feels really unbalanced, or and what do I need to, to do to bring in some of that balance? So yeah, like I like the really practical things, as well as yeah, having something to like read, or having something to kind of like follow along with too, right? Like not too much of one, but like a balance between the both, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, so those are some things I think that's been
Y-
helpful for me.
Yeah, the Four Agreements is like a classic. I know not everything is a be all end all, but like it really has so much like easy to grasp wisdom. And I've only read it twice, so you would know the book much more intimately than I do. But um, yeah, it is impactful.
Yeah, and it's only like this big. Like it's like so tiny.
Yeah,
It's not like a huge, like a really articulate kind of read. Like it's very like easy to grasp like the whole concept and stuff. So
yeah.
if you're anyone like me, I get a little bit intimidated
Shout
by
out for that.
big books. But
Mm,
yeah, this one's an easy one. Okay,
yeah, for
let's
me it's tiny font.
oh sorry. Oh, tiny font in a big book.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. That's that one. Da, da, da. Um, what is your go-to self-care practice?
What is my go-to self-care practice? My life is built on self-care these days.
Mm,
Um, Once upon a time, it was hard to do things for myself. Now I can't imagine a life any other way. Um, there's like, again, a lot I could share, but I love figure skating. And what I love about figure skating as a practice, it moves my body, it gets the endorphins pumping, it feels really good for myself. And it is a space where I feel the most free in anywhere, in any place.
mm.
And that for me is so nourishing and cup filling. Um, and I had a woman approach me last week when I was on the ice, and she was like, "Are you preparing for competition?" I was like,
Wow.
"Absolutely not." I was like, "I am out of practice of doing that. Absolutely not." I said, "I'm just here to dance." She's like, "Yeah, you look so free." I was like, "I feel free. Like, I'm sure that translates." So,
Mm.
um, and I am fortunately in a place where I can skate all year round. So really grateful for that. I'm on the rink ice at least 2 to 3 times a week. It used to be more, but I'm kind of busy now. So,
Yeah, so for me, for my go-to self-care, I can yeah, relate to like having lots of things. Like I don't think it's like one thing, right? Where it's like if I do only this, I'm taking care of myself. Like there's many things that kind of go into that equation. I think if I were to pick, um, if I were to pick something, it might be like coloring. I just really
hmm.
like to color. And I've noticed a difference in myself because I remember like a few years ago when I tried coloring, right? Like I bought like all of this coloring stuff. Da, da, da. I was gonna be like the best color and I was gonna do it all the time. It's gonna make me feel so good. I could never focus on it. So I would like sit and try to color and I would like maybe get half a page done and then like I would be off doing something different. Like I couldn't stay still, I couldn't focus on it. And I actually just completed like my second coloring book this year. So like being able to like
Wow.
yeah, like just being able to see the difference and like sitting down and appreciating the time that I have. And sometimes it's like I'm coloring while, my partner has hockey on the TV, or sometimes I'm coloring in complete silence by myself. Sometimes I'm coloring when I'm talking to other people, but it's just such a good way for me, like, I think my brain just like slows down a
Mm.
little bit and that movement and kind of like, yeah. So there's been a big difference in like, I guess my focus for it, but I really do like to color.
what do you like to color? Like mandalas, like scenery? Are you I like Disney pictures personally, but
Just like anything. Like I don't love coloring like I won't say people. I just don't love coloring like landscapes or like I want it to be like something. So like I have this coloring book. It's called Girl Moments. I can't remember the author now, but I think it's like a popular thing. Anyways, but I have so it's like someone who's like sitting drinking tea or a girl who's like petting her dog or a girl who's like gardening or like a girl who's just reading a book or like something like that and I love those pictures. They're like my favorite. And I'm sad that I finished them all.
hmm,
Yeah.
I have to find you a new one.
Yeah, exactly. I had to make an order, which I'm happy about that. That's also fun and self-care for me to get a new coloring book.
Mm.
Um, okay, let's see what else. Okay, this is a good one. Kind of like a little bit more about us, just some fun stuff. What is your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
I think, well, you have a couple different ones than me, but I know we share one for sure. And that is, I'm a big fan of Lisa Vanderpump, and don't come after me for my British accent, okay? But I do like to pretend I'm British sometimes. Um, I love Vanderpump Rules, but that's gone off the air. So I've been quite enjoying the spin-off, or not the spin-off, but like some of the cast have moved over to the Valley.
Mm,
So I've been watching the Valley. Season two
new
is on
episode
now.
last night.
I watched it. Did you?
I sure did while I was folding laundry before bed.
Jax. For anybody who watches. Oh, may he get help. Uh, anyway, what about you, Jess?
Yeah, that one for sure. I always used to, so I'm gonna reframe this. Like it says guilty pleasure. I actually don't feel guilty about it at
Yeah,
all.
totally. I
I'm
love it.
here for the
Yeah,
drama. I'm here for the mess.
totally.
I'm here for the chaos. Like I just love it so much. But yes, The Valley is one of my favorites. I also love Love is Blind. I
Yes.
just finished the queer season for The Ultimatum. Messy, but so
Nice.
good. Just anything reality, honestly. Like anything
Me too.
that is somebody else's reality and not my own. I love it. It's so good.
100%. I always say if the drama's on the screen, it's not in my life. So I
Yeah,
can watch it and I can keep some distance from it.
exactly.
But yeah, I was going to say, yeah, reality the whole way, because the other thing that I binge consistently is HGTV. Like I am familiar with every show. So, but that's reality
Mhm.
TV too. So
Yeah, is that like
yeah.
Love and or Listed or like is that those kind of like home shows maybe?
Yeah, Lover Listed is not on my list of top faves, but that
Okay.
is on like it is in that vein. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't watch, I don't think too much of see, we also don't have cable. So I find myself, I used to love the game show channel. Like I miss that a lot actually. And but I have noticed like some stuff has moved over to like hey like different streaming like
Yeah.
platforms. So I don't know if Family Feud will, but I would yeah, I used to love watching the game show now.
What would be your one of your preferred game shows?
Oh my goodness. I used to love Price is Right, but it had to be
Yeah.
with Bob Barker. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
But another one of my favorites is oh my goodness, what is the name of that? It was like a match game, but you had to use like words. Anyways, I love word games. Like that was one of my favorite. I don't remember the name of it now, and it was old. Like I can remember like watching it when I like lived at home. So we're not talking like recent, but
Right. I'm pretty sure there is one called Match Game.
yeah, maybe it's just called that match game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch those too. Yeah.
Yeah, those are yeah, they're so good. Like every dinner time, I remember coming home from school and like we there was like that was what was on TV. So it was usually Price is Right at dinner time. But anyways, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Good, good. So good.
I love that.
Okay, what is something people might be surprised to learn about you?
Yeah. Like I'm a pretty open book, so I'm not
Mhm.
sure, but I can share a weird talent that might get
Ooh.
me judged, and I'm okay with that.
I think our soulful peeps are not judgmental. So
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to share it anyway. My feet are almost as competent as my hands. I can pick up almost absolutely anything with my toes and like heavy weighted stuff. It was born from a place of being lazy. I'm totally not gonna lie. If I didn't want to bend over and pick things up, and I just have toes that separate a lot too. This is TMI now, but anyway, I can pick up absolutely pretty much anything with my feet, and I can do things with my feet that I can do with my hands.
so
Like
hilarious. I
use a
love that.
fork. I wouldn't use a fork to eat my food, but I could.
I don't think I knew that about you. That's
Yeah.
funny. I love it. Like what's
So,
the like what's the weirdest thing that you would have picked up with your feet? Or like the strangest thing or like the heaviest like what's the most surprising thing that you would have picked up with your with your feet?
oh, that's a really good question. I mean, I can't think of what the strangest thing would be. There's definitely been a lot of things, but when people find out about this like hidden skill, they usually want to test it, and they had me picking up like hand weights with my
Okay.
toes. So that one stands out in particular. It's like really handy if there's like clothes on the floor, but sometimes I like catch myself doing it when people aren't aware, and you could just see their eyes on me, and I'm like, that's embarrassing.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A hidden talent indeed.
Hell, it is useful if I was ever to. Well, I did break my wrist. You know,
Yeah,
my feet came in handy.
it's true. It's good to have a backup. Yeah, absolutely. Like you could brush your teeth, like do anything you needed to do.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh
Oh.
man, this is funny. Okay, what is the most surprising thing people might be able to learn about me? Um, I think oh man, I don't know. Like this one usually always gets like, oh, really? Kind of reaction. So like, I don't know, maybe it's surprising to some, it might not be to others, but yeah, I've traveled a lot. Like I've been to lots of places and yeah, I've had like really like awesome experiences in different countries and things like that. So oftentimes like when I do like you do that two truths and a lie is like an icebreaker or whatever. So sometimes
Yeah.
I do that at work and I'll say something like I'll use one as like spent overnight in like the rainforest in Costa Rica as like everyone always thinks like that's a lie of mine. So yeah, so it just always seems to be something that people are like surprised about to know. But yeah,
Hmm.
I've done a lot of traveling.
Have you like calculated the number of countries or places you've been to?
I have not actually. Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't done that. Um yeah, but um yeah, I should do that actually because I don't really I because those sometimes
Yeah,
people have those like little maps, the scratch off maps. I've always thought about getting one of those too.
that
Yeah.
would be cool. What is one of your like, well, like the rainforest in Costa Rica sounds pretty cool. Well, what is something that really stands out in your travels? Like a key, I'm sure you have many key moments, but what's one of them?
Oh my goodness.
I know, put you on the spot.
This is a hard one because like everything is always so cool. Okay, I think one will be this was like pre-COVID. I don't know if you can still do this, but I actually kissed the Blarney Stone in Ireland, which was
Cool.
a cool thing. Yeah, that was probably
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
love that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can still do that because, like I said, it was a few years ago. But anyways, at that time, you had to climb the tower, climb the castle, and then kiss the Blarney Stone. You had to like do it on your back like this. Like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it was neat.
That's cool. That's cool.
Uh, okay, let's see. Yeah, we have some time for a couple more. Actually, maybe I'll do some would you rathers. I just need to pull up these over here. These are all surprise for Tiff. I didn't share these with her. So, and actually, this is so funny. This is the first one, and I have to ask it, even though I don't even think it'll apply to you because you have both. But the question was, and shout out to who sent me all of these were so fun. But this one was, would you rather have fingers for toes or toes for fingers? You don't even have to answer that. You're like, I can just do both.
It doesn't matter.
That's so funny. I love it.
I love that that's the first would you rather
Yeah.
question.
Yes, it's the first one. So I think now after hearing your talent over there, I think I would rather have fingers for toes. Like to have some backup. Like if my fingers were toes, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do as much. So now I want fingers for toes as well.
Oh my
Oh,
God, that's so funny. I debated sharing that, and that's just funny that came out.
yeah, I know. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's see. Would you rather? Okay, there's a few really good ones actually. Okay, also could be fitting for today. Would you rather always get stuck in traffic or always have slow Wi-Fi?
Oh my God. So, for those who are not going to see the tech troubles over there on your end, my internet has been so unstable today, and that drives me crazy. I will take stuck in traffic any day. Any day.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I
What about
feel
you?
like I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty level-headed person, except for when I'm in traffic. That is something that I've continued to work on, honestly, because I'm like, why am I allowing this to like take so much of my like positivity away right now? And so anyways, yeah, I think I don't know, but I also wouldn't want to have slow Wi-Fi either. So this is a hard one.
Yeah.
Maybe stuck in traffic for me too, because I do work from home, so slow Wi-Fi would it would probably be way worse. And also, if I'm stuck in traffic, maybe it gives me an opportunity to work through my issues with traffic.
Personal growth
Yeah,
lessons, yeah.
exactly. Uh,
And for those, did you just hear the loud noise in my background?
yeah, yeah. I was like, what is that?
Let's just add in this pile on today. That is my neighbor's vehicle. It sounds very unwell.
That is so hilarious. I was like, is that a
The
gun
window
knob? Like, what's happening?
windows like open a crack,
Yeah.
but that's how. Yeah. Anyway, sorry
It threw
guys.
me in for a loop for a minute because I was like, is this? I didn't know if it was like the internet again. So I was like, okay, I'm waiting to see if I should pass. And then it just disappeared. So I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you rather live 1 year in total silence or narrate everything you do out loud for a year?
Oh man, you know what? I love my kids so much, but I live with a live-in narrator, okay?
Mm,
Um, and I think I'd get annoyed at myself pretty fast. I can distance, like I said, my kid has a skill. That's great. He
mhm.
is able to let everybody know what he's doing and when he's doing it, and we're all very informed. But I think I would prefer the silence. I think I could do it. I think I might go
Yeah.
a bit crazy for a bit, but I think I could do it.
Yeah, I that would be mine too. And it's funny because I was going to ask this question earlier. And then when I was like going to ask it and I thought about what my answer would be, is kind of fits in. So the question was somebody asked, it was like a bucket list. Oh yeah, what is something on your bucket list? And when I was thinking about when I was thinking about asking that one, I was like, oh man, if I did do one thing on my bucket list, it would be like a silent retreat. Like
Okay.
I would love to do that. Like not nothing crazy. Like I don't know if I want to do it for a year, but like I would love to do like maybe like 3-ish days where it's like total silence, like no phones, no sounds, don't talk, don't.
Yeah.
I would really like to try to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I would choose the silence as well. I think I could do it for sure. It just
Yeah.
be like when things are quiet.
For sure. Like it's funny because you and I both love to talk, and we didn't choose the narration one, but yeah, I really value silent time. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So,
yeah, I feel like if you had to narrate everything, it would be like
oh man.
that would be really like that would be a lot of work, really.
Yeah.
Like it would be a lot of work.
Yeah. Right
Um
now, Jess is putting her finger on her cheek, and
it's
she is smiling and nodding along as she.
yeah, actually I definitely would choose this total silence. That would like that would send me off the edge, I'm sure. Like
hmm
uh, well now I want to ask you something on your bucket list.
Oh, yeah. I think. I mean, I've had a couple bucket list moments come to life in recent, which was really cool.
Mm.
But I want to flip the house and not the house that I'm living in. And yeah, I really need to have my ass handed to me because I think I am the best designer there is on all of HGTV. If you hear the critiques that come out of my mouth as I'm watching,
Mhm.
and I would love the chance to just let my creativity soar, and that is one that I plan to bring into reality. So one day,
Yeah, I love that. It's so
yeah.
funny as you were like, I like critique all of the things in HGTV, and all I could think about is me watching Criminal Minds. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you left a hair at the scene of the crime. Like, it's like, so
We
yeah,
have very different passions.
that's true. Every time yeah, something, anything true crime, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you would do that. What an idiot. Like, just critiquing all of the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm like just eating snacks at home watching.
I love that, Jess. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, too funny. Okay. Let's see here. Go back over here. Okay, I think maybe we'll do two more. So I want to go back to kind of like some healing and growth stuff.
Cool.
Um, So, how someone asked, how do you stay connected to yourself while doing deep inner work? And I think I'll just give context a little bit too, just like connected, because I mean, it can be intense work, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
how do we stay connected with like our present selves, like who we are in this moment, while we're still like working through past things, trying to set us up for like future success, that sort of thing. So, yeah, how do you stay connected?
Well, I feel like that's a very rich and layered question because it depends on the parts of my journey that I was in. There are many times that I, in fact, really struggled to stay connected to myself as
Mhm.
I moved through past stuff. Of course, stuff still comes up from the past, but like some of the really heavy rooted childhood stuff. Yeah, that was hard. I think a simple way I can answer a very complex question is use the word intention a lot, but like intentional check-in, intentional slow down. How am I? Like hand on heart, hand on belly, like how am I moving through today? Because some of it is intense and heavy. And sometimes when I'm unable to like ground in a really deep way or really be with myself, just really allow, I feel like this helps for the connection, but really allowing everything to kind of fall away and just be in that space of like, this is hard or this is tough. And I feel like that is still honoring myself and in connection in a way that I actually can if it's intense. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but um yeah, I think just being intentional about it and grounding. It comes back to grounding for me
Mm.
because yeah, if I think also I'll give one more thing. I
Yeah.
think also the if I'm feeling very intense and heated about something, like I guess I've learned how to pick up cues of like I'm with childhood Tiffany right now, or I am not in my present day moment because I'm having a very big reaction or a lot of distressing emotional experiences to something. It's most likely that I think I learned in therapy it's 90-10. If you're having like a big outburst of things, it's 90% in the past, 10% to the present trigger. And so I think also just sometimes holding some of these awareness cues that I've picked up over the years of going through some of these harder places
Mhm.
kind of help cue me back into the present. You also said something about setting up for future, but I don't have too much to say on that right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good reminder too, right? Like of like 90% in the past, like 10% of like presently, right? Like what's going on. I think like that's so like powerful actually. So thanks for sharing that because it provides, and this is like a layered question actually. And it was funny because I don't know if I really thought about what it meant when it was asked until you asked, like, what does this mean? And then I was like, oh, I actually am not sure. But
Mm,
then yeah, just reflect on that question a little bit. So um I think, yeah, I think healing and growth and doing this inner work can be really hard, right? Like it can be intense. And what I also know is that it doesn't have to be all of the time.
yes.
So I really stay connected to myself through doing the things that I love to do. Like
Yes.
going out and listening to music or going for a coffee with a friend or coloring or and I know some of those things and most of those things are self-care, but that is connecting with like my soul, right? Like that connects
Yeah.
with like the things that keep me full and the things that yeah, I just love to do because I don't have to. I think that was a mistake I made really early on, is that I really tried to do too much at the one time, and I really forgot that life isn't always about, doing that inner work. It's not always about the intensity, and like if we're not in it, then we're not moving through it or whatever. And it's like,
Mm,
yeah, it's just important to take moments, right? To just sit back and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and listen to the local band, and I'm, gonna, just sit back and have a coffee with a friend or go for a drive or take my dog for a walk or whatever, and just, yeah, get
yeah.
to the roots of what makes me happy, I guess.
Right. I 100% agree with you. Love that answer. Yeah, it's like presence is kind of what I heard in
Mm.
what you said. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
just be present in the things I love to do.
Yeah.
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 That is a beautiful way to connect to your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Final question. I feel like a lot of pressure. I need to make it a good one. Um, okay. Oh, actually, this is an interesting one. So I want to ask this one. Okay. Someone asked who would be a dream guest to have on our podcast.
Oh, I mean, we've already said her name here 1,000 times, Brene Brown. If I could call up Brene Brown and say, come and have
Hmm.
a conversation with us,
Yeah.
I don't even think I'd have words. Like, I don't fangirl over too many people, but I think I would be
Yeah.
I don't even have words right now. I think I
Yeah.
would just be flabbergasted. Yep. What about you?
Yeah, like there would be so many things to ask. Yeah, I think I automatically did also go to Brene Brown. I think also because we do talk about her so much. Again, if our marketing people are listening, I'm sure they're not, but if they are, um, yeah, so I did think about her as kind of like my automatic response. And then something else I thought about, and I think that we share kind of this passion, is that really like I would love to have a person, people, many people, whatever it looks like, but like someone who also has like lived experience in like growth and healing and work and like all of like maybe not who is broadcasted all of the time, that don't have
Mm,
like a 1.4 million TikTok following or whatever, but someone who is just quietly doing what they're doing. I'm really passionate about lifting up those voices and those
mm,
people, and like yeah, if they're comfortable, of course, but yeah, I just would love to have some other folks who can kind of like, yeah, join our conversations in a really um chill, relax kind of, sharing
mm.
experience kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah. The I am never ever not amazed by the wisdom every single one of us holds from our journey that, and it is just such a gift to be able to share space in that way, and somebody to be like, we had Sam on our podcast at one point,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it's like, wow, we only like scratch the surface on the depth of what you know about this topic and what you have. And it's
Mhm.
like, like, I'm still thinking about things she's talked about in my like day to day, So yeah, just to share this, like, yeah, people to share their wisdom. It's a gift.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so I know that I said that was going to be last one, but I have another really funny would you rather, and I feel like it would be a good one to end on. So
Perfect.
the promise final one is going to be would you rather sneeze glitter or cry confetti?
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, what do I do more of? Sneeze or cry?
It's a no-brainer
uh,
for me.
is it? I think sneeze glitter. I think sneeze glitter.
Mhm. Yeah, I would also choose sneeze glitter because I was like glitter. I would also choose sneezing glitter. Because I was like, man, if I was crying, I was sad, and there was like confetti, that would be so invalidating to my experience. Like, I don't want to see that. How weird. And then like a sneezing is like less emotionally charged for me. So like if it's like happy, then that's would just be funny or whatever. But yeah, I'm glad I don't cry confetti.
Yeah. Yeah, I never even thought about it from that lens. I just thought, like, how fun, But I guess if I'm not in the mood for that, although
Like
maybe it would change my mood, I don't know. Uh,
heartbroken, just all the confetti going everywhere.
I just also imagine sneezing in a public space and then people just seeing that, It's like, that would be so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would
also
be
like
fun.
I'm sure my house would be just a really big mess if I had to cry confetti as well, because I like cry sometimes. It's just like it just happens, like
Yeah.
I don't even, yeah, I'm just like watching sometimes true crime or sometimes reality, be like, oh. uh
Yeah,
but yeah, anyways, those were fun.
that is
So
fun.
thank you to yeah, to people who gave some questions, even if I had to hound you a little bit. But I appreciate the creativity, honestly. Like I just really appreciate that people are like, you know what, put some thought into this. The would you rather's are really funny. And I didn't get through all the questions or even the would you rather. So who knows? Maybe we'll do like another episode like this again in the future. But yeah, so I hope you've all enjoyed getting to know us a little bit more as well, in some serious ways and a little some funny ways as well. And as always, we do appreciate you tuning in, joining our conversation. And as I said before, we do really enjoy, we love the engagement. We do have some other things planned, that you'll see down the line, but yeah, just let us know what you would like to see more of, what was fun for you, what you want to hear more about. And also, we'd love it if you would share the podcast with, those um, people that you think would like benefit or would, yeah, would like to also hear what we kind of talk about and how we show up here. So we just really appreciate every single bit of support that you've shown, and just continue to show us. And then also, I feel like I have to throw it out here about subscribe to our Spotify and our YouTube. We really want to get be able to like share more stuff over there, and we can't do that if we have like a certain amount of folks subscribed or following. So we would just really appreciate that as well. So anyways, with that, I wish you a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you're listening. And until next time, stay soulful, everyone.
Thanks for tuning into Soulful. We hope you found something meaningful to carry with you on your journey. And if you enjoyed today's episode and want to show your support, we invite you to subscribe, share the podcast, and leave a review wherever you listen.
And if you're eager for more, you can connect with us on Instagram and Facebook at soulfullthepodcast for additional content and updates. Until next time, stay soulful.